Hello, and this is Delia again. I'm reading The Struggle, Chapter 7, Part 5. Elena ripped the last tiny shred of paper, caught between laughter and tears. She wanted to tell them everything, but she couldn't. She settled for telling them about the diary. They were as angry, as indignant as she was. It had to be someone at the party, Meredith said at last. Once they had each expressed their opinions of the thief's character, morals, and probable destination in the afterlife. But anybody there could have done it. I don't remember anyone in particular going near your purse, but the room was wall-to-wall people, and it could have happened without my noticing. But why would anyone want to do this? Bonnie put in. Unless, Elena, the night we found Stefan, you were hinting around at some things. You said you thought you knew who the killer was. I don't think I know. I do know. But if you're wondering if this might be connected, I'm not sure. I suppose it could be. The same person might have done it. Bonnie was horrified. But that means the killer is a student at this school. When Elena shook her head, she went on. The only people at the party who weren't students were that new guy and a lark. Her expression changed. A lark didn't kill Mr. Tanner. He wasn't even in Phil's church then. I know a lark didn't do it. She'd gone too far to stop. Now, Bonnie and Meredith already knew too much. Damon did. That guy was the killer, the guy that kissed me. Bonnie calmed down. As always, other people's hysteria made Elena feel more in control. Yes, he's the killer, and we all three have to be on guard against him. That's why I'm telling you. Never, never ask him into your house. Maybe he didn't want to tell you because he didn't want you to think he was on the rebound. Elena stopped regarding the faces of her friends. They were staring at her, and for a moment she had the sickening feeling that they didn't believe her, that they were going to question her sanity. But all Meredith asked in an even, detached voice was, "Are you sure about this?" "Yes, I'm sure. He's the murderer and the one who put Stefan in the well. And he might be after one of us next. And I don't know if there's any way to stop him." "Well then," said Meredith, lifting her eyebrows, "no wonder you and Stefan were in such a hurry to leave the party." Caroline gave Elena a vicious smirk as Elena walked into the cafeteria. But Elena was almost beyond noticing. One thing she noticed right away, though. Vicki Bennett was there. Vicki hadn't been to school since the night Matt and Bonnie and Meredith had found her wandering on the road, raving about mist and eyes and something terrible in the graveyard. The doctors who checked her afterwards said there was nothing much wrong with her physically, but she still hadn't returned to Robert E. Lee. People whispered about psychologists and the drug treatments they were trying. She didn't look crazy, though, Elena thought. She looked pale and subdued and sort of crumpled into her clothing. And when Elena passed her and she looked up, her eyes were like a startled fawn's. So I'll still continue this to the next part.